everyone, Chris here, and welcome to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to share with you my TBR for this round of the Final Book Support Group. So the Final Book Support Group was created by Steph from Steph Loves. I will link her channel and the Final Book Support Group Twitter in the description below. And it is basically a place where we go to kind of encourage us to work on our series. I believe every other month, Steph does some sort of, I don't want to say readathon because it's not really a readathon per se. It is more of she carves out a block of time that varies and gives us some prompts that can really help us focus on different kinds of ways to fulfill our series, though the main goal is to finish your series. If you finish your series, any series, then you've participated. If you work on your series, you've participated. And yeah, it's this great little support group where we're all kind of focusing on helping to encourage us to work on our series, because a lot of us will pick up the first book in a series and then move on to something else and just continually read the first books in a series and never quite finish them. So we have a bingo board for this round, and here it is. And I'm going to run you through what I'm going to do for each of the prompts. So first up, we have read a graphic novel, manga, or novella. And for this, I'm going to read Doodleville Art Attacks by Chad Sell. This is the sequel to Doodleville, so very excited to dive back into this one. I really, really liked the first one and was so excited when I realized the second one was out and I could continue on with the series. It basically follows a young girl who has very interesting drawing skills, and her doodles come to life in the first one. And I have no idea what happens in this one, but I'm thinking maybe that the art attacks. And yeah, I'm curious to see how things play out in this one. Then you saw there was a self-care space, and for this, I have no idea what I'm going to do. Maybe a nap. Naps are nice. So we'll see, but at some point during the weekend, I may nap. I should also mention, because I haven't yet, that it is a long weekend readathon. It runs from the 26th through the 29th, so 4 days. And yeah, I completely forgot to mention that at the beginning, but here's the information now. It runs from the 26th through the 29th. Then you need to read a final book, and for this, I'm going to read Heatwave by TJ Klune. This is the third and final book in the Extraordinaries trilogy. And this follows, what's his name? Nick? Yeah. So Nick is a complete fanboy, loves superheroes, lives in a world where superheroes and villains exist, and writes fanfic about a superhero and ends up kind of getting sucked into the world with the actual superheroes and villains. And I've really enjoyed the first two books, and I'm looking forward to seeing how this story wraps up, because it's long overdue. This is a final book I've been putting off reading. I think mainly because I just forget that I only have the one book. So very excited to be finishing off this trilogy finally. Like I said, long overdue. Then we need to read our most recent purchase, and my most recent purchase for a series is Festergrim by Thomas Taylor. So this is the fourth book in the Eerie on Sea series, and we're following Herbie, who in the first book is running the Lost and Found in a hotel and ends up finding Violet, who is a girl who turns up in his Lost and Found, and he has to figure out how she got there and what she's lost or whether she's lost. Really, really enjoy this series. Very excited to dive back in and see what Herbie and Violet get up to in this one. Very excited. I have an excuse to pick this one up sooner rather than later, because sometimes I buy sequels and then it takes me forever to get to them. So very excited to dive back into this one. Then we have a free space. I don't quite know what we're supposed to do here, whether it's just like you get to mark it off because it's free, or if you just need to read a book, but I have other books that I'm hoping to get to, so either way I should be able to mark that off. Then we're going to go to the continuation station, and all this means is you need to read a book that continues a series. And for this, I'm going to read Caught Red-Handed by Ellie Alexander. This is the fourth book, something like that, in the Bake Shop Mystery series, and it's a cozy mystery series following Jules, who runs a bake shop with her mom. And I have no idea what happens in this one, but I'm excited to dive back into it and have a fun, cozy mystery time this weekend. Then you need to share your TBR, which I'm doing right now. I'm going to be putting this on my YouTube, which is social media. So here's me sharing my TBR. Then you need to participate in a sprint. Pretty simple. I'm sure Steph is going to have tons of sprints that weekend. And yeah, I will definitely stop by and participate in a few. I haven't been using them as much as I normally do because I've been in a very reading heavy sort of mood, and when I'm really in the zone with reading, sprints can throw me because you have to stop and chit chat, and I'm like, I just want to keep reading. So At some point this weekend, I will endeavor to hop into some sprints, though I don't know how long I'll stay, but I will participate in at least one. And then the last prompt was to read a poll pick. I put a poll up in the Discord, and the last time I checked, the one that was leading was the one and only Bob. So this is the sequel to the one and only Ivan, and I believe in this one we're following Bob the dog, who we met in the first book. Ivan is a gorilla, if memory serves. And I'm curious to see where we are in Bob's journey, whether it was before or after he met Ivan. And yeah, excited to dive back into this one. So I'm totally pleased that it won the poll, and it is also a 5-star prediction, so I have high hopes for this one. There are 2 other books that I'm kind of hoping to get to. The first is Katie the Cat Sitter Secrets and Sidekicks, which is the 3rd book in the Katie the Cat Sitter series, and this is a graphic novel that follows Katie, who is a cat sitter and is cat sitting for her upstairs neighbor who has 217 very, very special cats. And in the first book, she wonders if her neighbor might be a supervillain. So I absolutely adore this series. I love getting to see all of the crazy kitties that she cat sits for, and I'm curious to see what she gets up to in this one. And then the other book I might get to is Fudge and Jury, which is the 4th or 5th book, depending on which one Caught Red-Handed is, in the Bake Shop Mystery series. I'm hoping to squeeze in 2 of them this weekend, but we shall see. It's all going to depend on how quickly all of this reads. I mean, honestly, these 2 will only take me a couple hours total. This one won't take me very long at all either. This one should be a rather quick read. This one may take me a little bit longer, but I don't think it's going to take me that long. And cozy mysteries tend to be a quick read, so I feel like that's doable, adding on 2 extra books, but we shall see. If I finish all of those, I have no idea what I'll read, but I'll try to continue with the sequels and series continuations, because Lord knows I have plenty of them to choose from, because I'm in the midst of over 150 series. So I'm sure I can come up with something if I somehow manage to get through all of these, but yeah, this is my main TBR for this weekend, and we shall see how we do. So, that's my TBR. Are you going to be taking part this weekend? If so, what is a series that you're planning on continuing or finishing this weekend? All of my social media is linked below if you'd like to come chat with me. If you've made it this far in the video, leave me some kind of art emoji in honor of Art Attacks. Like this video and subscribe to my channel, and I'll talk to you next time. Bye!